Greetings. Baron Ambrosia here. Right now I stand in front of a residential building in the Bronx. But like all buildings, there are as many tales as there are residents. And our story today is one of love, one of loss, one of Flan. Her name is Claudy. She is a poet, a troubadour, a griot. Her art, her story, her song, we call Flan. Those who have been lucky enough to paint their tongues with Claudia's delicate custard have known the sanctification of creamy satiation, the birth of richness awakening. Every morning, delicate winds of sugar's caramelizing waft, the confectioner's spell cast like ice cream castle clouds tumbling from the heavens. This alchemy came not without a cost, for Claudia's gift came from a curse. She was young, she was in love with a wild gambler named Richard. Their recipe conjured from forbidden passion. It was an endless summer, at least until the fall. Richard played the odds too long until the house of cards he built had crumbled. With a final mouthful of flan, he promised his return. Now every day, Claudia stirs her creamy potion, hoping the aromatic beacon will guide her lost love home to the Bronx.
First time when I met Flan, it was back home, Peru. I'm from Peru. I saw my grandma making flan the old style, when you had to cook it for an hour. And when I came here about 7 years ago, 8 years ago, I made for a dinner party in my house, and everyone loved them. Every time I was making the dinner parties at my house, everyone was asking me and telling me, why don't do a business, because it's delicious. We started here in my apartment. I have really small kitchen, because the sales we started doing, there was on the small delis, and they always order 10 flans, 5 flans, so I don't need big space to make. When we decide to go to a big stores like supermarkets and gourmet markets, we need a big space, so we rent this commercial kitchen here in the Bronx. Start sending all the demos to the big supermarket, and they love them. Find my Claudia's Flan Savers, 5 location the Gourmet Garage. Yes, start selling in Brooklyn, and 5 location in Brooklyn is the Union Market, a big supermarket that's called H Mart. It's in Central Avenue. Claudia's Gourmet not only the best flan in the Bronx, it could be the best flan around the world. My flan tastes like creme brulee. It's because it's very creamy. It's not eggy. It tastes like a little bit of ice cream too, the flavor of vanilla ice cream, where you have every time you put a spoon in your mouth, it's gonna melt. I started only with the vanilla, but now I had this idea from my husband. He said, why do you make different flavors? So we have passion fruit, coffee, chocolate, and lychee. And I'm working out, and because I'm thinking about next summer to work on 2 more flavors, like lemon and raspberry. And I want to have my own retail store where I can cook and have a little area people can drink a coffee and eat some of the flans. If you have a good product, you know that you can go far. But it takes a lot of time when you want to take your product to the vendor. But don't give up. You know your product, you know it's delicious. You just have to push it. I was raised by my grandma, and I love her so much. And every time I make flans, I can bring her back in my memory.